Good morning. I'm Steve Jurens with your live Northeast Radio SD News for Thursday, January 29th, 2026. Your news this hour is brought to you by Watertown Development Company, Watertown's established economic growth and development professionals. Check out the no-cost online courses available to help local entrepreneurs and register for the Grow 57201 Housing Conference on February 12th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. A free event at the Watertown Event Center. Learn more at wdcsd.com under the Events tab. The Watertown Development Company equals economic mobility. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is ramping up enforcement efforts this month to keep the state's roadways safe. Department officials have announced they will conduct sobriety checkpoints in 15 counties throughout February. The operation includes checkpoints in several local and neighboring counties, including Coddington, Brookings, Roberts, and Walworth. The monthly checkpoints are funded by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety and are specifically designed to discourage impaired driving. Troopers remind motorists that even if a checkpoint isn't scheduled in your specific area, the directive is simple: don't drink and drive. Drivers who have been drinking are urged to designate a sober driver or use a rideshare service. The Highway Patrol says these high-visibility events are key to preventing accidents before they happen. It has been a gold medal week for the Watertown Figure Skate Club. The local team is back home after a dominant performance at the Ice Palace competition in Mitchell, where they hauled in over 30 gold medals. Coach Taylor Johnson says her skaters performed amazingly, with routines ranging from emotional lyrical to numbers and parodies. The season is far from over. The team is currently working to qualify for the National Showcase in Denver this August. But first, they are hitting the road next Thursday for a major trip to Minot, North Dakota. 20 families will travel north to compete against Canadian teams to a move designed to give the skaters international experience and secure benchmark scores for nationals. Two significant education bills moved forward in Pierre yesterday. The House Education Committee voted 8-5 to advance House Bill 1130, which gives school districts more financial flexibility. Sponsored by Representative Drew Peterson, the bill allowed schools to use capital outlay funds to pay for property insurance, a measure supporters say is necessary to handle rising insurance premiums. In the same meeting, the committee unanimously passed Senate Bill 84. This legislation expands eligibility for the Partners in Education scholarship program, which is funded through insurance company donations. Volga Christian School Administrator Justin Stanley testified that the bill is vital for keeping private school tuition affordable for working families. Both measures now head to the House floor. Washington is down to the wire this morning with the federal government shutdown looming at midnight. The Congress must pass a spending resolution to keep the government operating, but a dispute over Department of Homeland Security funding slowing the process. Senate Democrats have stated they will not approve DHS funding without new guardrails on immigration and customs enforcement following recent deadly incidents involving officers. South Dakota Representative Dusty Johnson warns that trying to separate the security funding from the broader budget package now would restart the appropriations process and break the momentum Congress has built. While majority agencies like the USDA are already funded, a partial shutdown could still disrupt other federal operations if a deal isn't reached by tomorrow night. The Blue Jackets took over Fort Pierre yesterday as the South Dakota FFA Association celebrated its 50th anniversary legislative breakfast. State officers and over 50 district leaders met with more than 40 lawmakers at the Casey Tibbs Rodeo Center. The event, themed Your Path, Our Story, provided a unique platform for students to discuss the future of agriculture directly with their representatives. District Vice President Riley Knock said the training and breakfast taught her that leadership is about adaptability. The gathering was part of a 2-day training session where student officers worked on advocacy plans to take back to their local chapters and communities. Finally, health officials are asking residents in the Northeast region to be on alert following a measles exposure in Millbank. The South Dakota Department of Health confirmed that a student with an active measles infection was present at Millbank Elementary on January 15th. Because the virus is highly contagious and can linger in the air for hours, officials are urging parents to monitor their children for symptoms. Early signs include a high fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes, followed by a blotchy rash. Symptoms may take up to 21 days to appear, so the watch window remains open. If you suspect exposure, please call your healthcare provider before going to a clinic to avoid spreading the virus further. Your news this hour was brought to you by the Watertown Development Company, Watertown's established economic growth and development professionals. Check out the no-cost online courses available to help local entrepreneurs and register for the Grow 57201 Housing Conference on February 12th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., a free event at the Watertown Event Center. Learn more at wdcsd.com under the Events tab. The Watertown Development Company equals economic mobility. For complete coverage of our news stories, visit northeastradiosd.com. If you enjoy our daily Northeast Radio SD News recap podcasts and live interview uploads, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. You can also sign up for our newsletter delivered to your inbox every morning at 6 a.m. with today's local and state news from Northeast Radio SD Studios in Watertown, South Dakota. I'm Steve Jurens.